This year's trade deadline proved that the hype was really worth it. Despite some of the deals that fans, and me included, would really love to see, the deals that did happen were extremely interesting and changed the season for many teams. I won't be talking about every deal made in this year's deadline, but I want to focus more on the major deals and the league-altering type of deals. The first trade to start the deadline was Andrew Benintendi being sent to the Yankees for a package around 3 pitching prospects. I personally loved this trade for the Yankees. It provided that outfield bat that was much needed with the struggles of Joey Gallo recently. The only thing that might have been bad for the Yankees was a problem with Benintendi's vaccination status, but Benintendi has said that he will be getting vaccinated, so that's no longer going to be a problem. The return coming back to the Royals was centered around pitcher TJ Sikame. Sikame was ranked as the Yankees' number 19 prospect and pitched to a reasonable 2.48 ERA in A+ ball. The second pitcher they got is Beck Way. Way had pitched to a 3.73 ERA in A+ ball, and then the third and final pitcher added was Chandler Chaplin. Chaplin has pitched an A ball so far this year and had a 4.3 ERA. These 3 pitchers help bolster the Royals' future pitching, which could turn out great, and that's why I give this deal a win-win for both sides. The second trade was a big one. Luis Castillo being sent to the Mariners made them instantly better and helped boost their odds of making the playoffs by a ton. Castillo had pitched to a 2.86 ERA with a 1.59 ERA+, and to add on to that, even if the Mariners' season ends in disappointment, the trade doesn't prove to be for nothing because Castillo has another year on his contract. But the package they did send back to the Reds was a haul. The Mariners sent some of their top prospects in Noelvi Marte, Edwin Arroyo, Andrew Moore, and Levi Stout. Marte has produced at high A, hitting .275 with 15 homers, and was ranked as one of baseball's top prospects. The Reds also received another highly touted prospect in Edwin Arroyo. Arroyo is playing in Single A and is batting .316 with 13 homers and 21 stolen bags. The Reds also got 2 pitching prospects I don't know a ton about in Andrew Moore and Levi Stout, but Moore is pitching out of a relief role in Single A and has a 1.95 ERA, while Stout is in Double A this year with a 5.28 ERA. With the haul the Reds got and the star that is Luis Castillo, I think this deal was a no-brainer for both sides, as the Reds get the top prospects that are still maybe a few years out, while the Mariners get an ace-level pitcher to help their rotation. The next trade is between 2 playoff contenders in the Padres and the Brewers. In this deal, the Padres would be sending Taylor Rogers, Nelson Lamette, Esteury Ruiz, and Robert Gasser. The Brewers would send Josh Hader to San Diego. At first, when I saw this deal, I thought the Padres fleeced the Brewers. But taking a second look and learning more about the prospects sent to Milwaukee, this trade seems a little more even. Taylor Rogers has struggled and even lost his closer role recently with the Padres, but I still think he has hope, and maybe moving again would help him figure it out. Another piece I'm very excited to see move to Milwaukee is Nelson Lamette. Nelson Lamette had a spectacular 2020 and has seemed to regress in the past 2 seasons, but moving to a great pitching organization, I think the Brewers can figure out how to make Nelson Lamette a very good middle rotation starter in the near future. The Brewers also get a left-handed pitching prospect in Robert Gasser, who's pitched to a 4.18 ERA in A+ ball this year, and Esteury Ruiz, who is raking in Double A this year and has a very bright future. The public seems to think that Josh Hader is no longer a good closer and like to throw around the term overrated, but even though Josh Hader has struggled slightly as of recent, he's still probably the best reliever in the last few seasons, and I doubt he will continue to regress. I believe Josh Hader bolsters their bullpen very well and helps the Padres closer role a ton. The fourth trade I want to talk about is Frankie, Montas, and Luis Trevino to the Yankees for a prospect package. This trade was needed for the Yankees, as you can never have enough pitching, especially when it comes to playoff baseball, and adding Luis Trevino onto this deal was a sneaky good move, because more bullpen help was needed after the Michael King injury, and even Clay Holmes began to struggle a little bit with the increased workload as of late. The A's side of this deal is pretty decent as well, as they had J.P. Sears, a left-handed pitcher who's had success at both the Major League level and AAA. They also get another left-handed pitcher in Ken Waldachek, who's currently in AA, but has touched AAA this year, and could be ready by as soon as next year. The third prospect in this deal is a right-handed pitcher named Luis Medina. Medina pitched in AA this year and put up a 3.38 ERA, and is expected to be called up in 2024. The final piece of this trade is second baseman Cooper Baumann. Cooper has been an A-plus ball this year and is having a fair bit of struggles, but hopefully he'll continue to develop over time, and as a fellow Cooper, I do hope he succeeds. Now the next deal is a 3-team trade revolved around Trey Mancini. Mancini and Jaden Murray are headed from Baltimore to Houston. Jose Siri is also headed to Tampa as a part of this deal. Mancini heading to Houston, although it is sad for fans of Baltimore and really just fans of baseball, Mancini does fit into Houston very well and helps get a lot more production at first base since Yuli Gurriel has struggled so far this year. The package headed back to Baltimore is sort of lackluster. The first piece is right-handed pitcher Seth Johnson, who's currently pitching an A-plus ball and has a 3 ERA. The second pitcher is right-handed pitcher Chase McDermott. McDermott is pitching an A-plus ball and has a 5 ERA. I think Houston easily won this trade, and it seems like they're positioning themselves for another World Series run once again, as they also add catching help Christian Vasquez from the Red Sox. The next trade started the day of the deadline, and I really like this deal as the Orioles sent all-star Jorge Lopez for a prospect package from the Twins. And I love to see this as the Twins were very active in this year's deadline, and they got arguably the best relief pitcher on the market to help add to a bullpen to hopefully win the AL Central. Lopez had a 1.68 ERA in Baltimore and a 2.41 ERA+. The prospect package the Orioles got back was 3 pitchers, Yanier Cano, Cade Povich, and Juan Rojas. Yanier Cano has a 1.9 ERA in AAA this year, but did struggle in his lone appearance in the MLB this year, and then had a 9.28 ERA. Cade Povich is a pitching prospect in A-plus ball and has a 4.46 ERA so far. And Juan Rojas has been pitching in rookie ball and has a 3.6 ERA. The Twins did stay active though on another deal, as they went out and got even more pitching in acquiring Tyler Mahle from the Reds. Tyler Mahle had a 4.4 ERA in the very hitter-friendly park in Cincy, so moving to Target Field will definitely help out. And the Twins also have pretty good defense, so I think Tyler Mahle will prove to be a very good pickup for the Twins, as you can never have enough pitching. And now, the trade everyone has been waiting for, Juan Soto to the Padres. Soto to the Padres was the last thing I wanted to happen as a Cardinals fan, but it does make for a very interesting team out in San Diego, with Machado, Tatis when he gets healthy, and Juan Soto. The Nats also sent Josh Bell over in this deal as well, which makes it an even better trade for San Diego. But will this help them catch the Dodgers? Time will tell, but this does make them extremely dangerous. They did have to give up a huge prospect haul, including CJ Abrams, Mackenzie Gore, Robert Hassel III, and Robert Wood. This is essentially all the Padres' top prospects and is a very good package, but I think if they wanted, the Cardinals could have made a way better deal than this. But maybe that's just the bias in me, but I do think this is a great deal for both sides, even though giving up a generational talent like Soto still feels like a loss for the Nats. They did get some good prospects, so I'll call it a win-win. The next deal is Raisel Iglesias to the Braves for Tucker Davidson and Jesse Chavez. I love this deal for Atlanta, as they get one of the best closers in the game today, and they give up a less than impressive package, as I just don't think I can say the Angels are ever going to win doing stuff like this. It sucks to see how bad this organization is and how they're wasting away the 2 best players of this generation. The next trade isn't very league-altering, but I do want to mention Joey Gallo being sent to the Dodgers. I just hope Joey Gallo figures it out because he's a very nice guy, and hearing him talk about how he disappointed the Yankees really did hurt to hear, and I just hope Rangers Gallo comes back sometime soon. The final trade I'm going to talk about is going to be really painful for me to talk about because it involves one of my favorite players being traded, as the Cardinals trade Harrison Bader for Jordan Montgomery. I do like the idea of getting a decent pitcher in Jordan Montgomery who will most likely perform even better due to our elite defense and moving to more of a pitcher-friendly park, but losing my favorite player just for some pitching help does really hurt, and I just hope Bader recovers from his injury and comes back to prove everyone wrong and proves to be a great outfielder for the Yankees. But it is interesting to see what the Yankees are going to do when he becomes healthy, because they sort of have a cluster of outfielders, and it'll be interesting to see how they use them all. Well, those are all the trades I'll be talking about today. This year's deadline definitely didn't disappoint, and it will definitely be interesting to watch the rest of the year play out. But if you did enjoy today's video, please do like and subscribe, because this video did take a while to make, and I will greatly appreciate it. But that's all from me, guys. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.